Republican congressional candidate Charles DeJoux says the come-from-behind Republican win in that Democratic stronghold of Massachusetts bodes well for his campaign in our heavily Democratic state of Hawaii. KITV4's Keoki KERR has continuing coverage on the impact of the Massachusetts Senate race. Keoki?
Well, Paula, it's been 22 years since voters elected a Republican to represent urban Honolulu in the U.S. House. That was Pat Saiki back in 1988. But since then, that same district from Makapu'u to Mililani has voted Republican in the last 4 gubernatorial races, meaning it is not a sure thing for the Democrats.
And I bet they can hear this cheering all the way in Washington, D.C.
Republican Scott Brown's come-from-behind victory in a solidly Democratic state of Massachusetts is something that Charles DeJoux hopes to replicate in the special election for Congress in Hawaii.
We've had enough of multi-trillion-dollar budget deficits and multi-billion-dollar stimulus packages that don't work in Hawaii, just as we did in Massachusetts. I think it's going to send a profound statement to the nation.
You know, voters feel left out nowadays, whether they're in Massachusetts, whether they're in Hawaii.
A KITV4 Star-Bulletin poll of likely voters shows Democrat Ed Case 20 points ahead of DeJoux with 37% of the vote, followed by Democrat Colleen Hanabusa, who has 25%, to DeJoux's 17%.
And what they want is a government that is responsive to them, not to the insiders. They want their elected officials to go out there and solve the problems, not get into a partisan fight.
DeJoux says he's raised nearly $400,000 for the campaign so far. Case says he's raised about half that, around $200,000. The special election for Congress, expected to be held in May, is winner-take-all, meaning there's no runoff, so the candidate with the most votes wins outright. And if Hanabusa and Case split the Democrats' vote and Republican DeJoux convinces large numbers of undecideds and independents to vote for him, political analyst Neil Milner says
he does have a chance in the special, but it's, again, the Republicans start with a historical handicap because they're the minority party here.
Now, DeJoux says this is the next special congressional election in the country, and it will garner national media attention, especially since it's in the president's home state of Hawaii. But the national media aren't paying much attention yet. The DeJoux campaign set up a conference call so Washington, D.C. reporters could listen in to his news conference today, but the 3 reporters dialed in were from Hawaii. Whoever wins the special election would have to run again in the fall. Keoki KERR, KITV4 Island Television News.